This recording is for Algebra 2. It's about simplifying rationals. The way that you know you have a rational expression is if you have a fraction that has an x in the denominator. So anytime there's an x anywhere in the bottom of the fraction, it's rational. Okay, thinking back to some things that you already know, you can make equivalent fractions by multiplying both parts by the same thing. So if you did 2 times 20, you would get 40. And if you did 5 times 20, you would get 100. That's legal. You can also simplify fractions by dividing both parts by the same thing. So remember that you can make a change, and it's all legal as long as you make the same change in both places. You can make equivalent rational expressions by multiplying both parts by the same thing. So if you take the top, which was 2, and multiply it by 2x, it's legal as long as you also multiply the bottom, which was x plus 5 times the 2x. You can simplify rational expressions by canceling common factors. Now, before you can cancel, you're probably going to have to factor or break down the top and the bottom. So, we want to simplify, which means we want to cancel anything we can. When you have a plus or a minus, it has to be in every single spot before you can cancel. So you have to look at 8, 4, and 12 on this problem. They all divide by 4. Okay, they all divide by 4. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. 4x divided by 4 is x. Minus 12 divided by 4 is 3. That's your answer. Another way to do it, if it makes you feel better, 8 over 4x minus 12, you can pull out a 4, and it leaves you x minus 3. Your 4 and 8 cancel and leave you a 2. Same answer, different way of getting it. I'd like the first way better, but you can do it either way. You have to look at your 3 and your 6 and your 15. They all have to have something in common. They do. My suggestion on these problems is to start by drawing your fraction sign. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Don't lose your x. Plus 15 divided by 3 is 5. This is your answer because each term divided by 3. You can't leave the top of a fraction empty, so you got to put the 1 there. Each of these terms has an x, so you can take one x away from each. So when I take the x away from the 2x, I have 2. X squared becomes x. Bring over your minus. Take it away from the 3x, and you have 3. This canceled with this and with just the squared. This is your answer. You could have also done 2x over, pull out an x, and it leaves you x minus 3. And those x's cancel, and it leaves you 2 over x minus 3. Same thing, just a different way of getting there. My suggestion here is to see what you can pull out. On the top, they both divide by 4. And it leaves you 2x plus 3. On the bottom, when you look at the bottom, these will both divide by 4, so you pull a 4 out, and it leaves you x minus 3. The stuff on the outside can cancel with each other, so our 4's go away. On the inside of the parentheses is protected by those parentheses, so it can only cancel if it is exactly the same. So those 3's can't cancel because they're tied into what was already there. So 2x plus 3 over x minus 3. This is your answer. Okay, so looking at the top, I can pull out a 3, and it leaves me x minus 4. Looking at the bottom, I can pull out an x, and it leaves me x minus 4. The 3 and the x will not cancel, but x minus 4 is exactly the same, top and bottom, so it cancels, and my answer is 3 over x. X plus 5, you can't do anything to. On the bottom, these are both perfect squares, x minus 5 and x plus 5. So think of the x plus 5 on top as having parentheses. It cancels. You can't leave the top of the fraction empty, so we put a 1 there, x minus 5 on the bottom. The top, you can pull a 4 out, and it leaves you x plus 2. The bottom, can't pull anything out, and it's a trinomial. So you're going to want to go to your orange paper. You're going to be using the factor rules that are on the poster on the wall. You're going to find the factors of 12 because 3 times 4 is 12. So 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Signs are different, and the big one is positive, so the little ones are negative. I need them to equal 4, so it's 6 and negative 2. So bring down my 3x squared minus 2x plus 6x minus 4. Cut it in half. X comes out, leaves you 3x minus 2. Plus 2 comes out, leaves you 3x minus 2. So the bottom is 3x minus 2 and x plus 2. X plus 2 came from what we pulled out. So your x plus 2's cancel, and it leaves you 4 over 3x minus 2. That's your answer. The top, we've got trinomials. The top one, you're going to find the factors of 14. 1 and 14, 2 and 7. Signs are different. Large is negative. You need to equal 5. So on the top, it's x plus 2 and x minus 7. On the bottom, you're finding the factors of 12. 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Signs are the same. They're all positive, and they need to equal 8. So I'm going to use 2 and 6. X plus 2 and x plus 6. Your x plus 2's cancel, and it leaves you x minus 7 over x plus 6. Okay, on the top one, you're going to find the factors of 10 times 10, which is 100. So you've got 1 and 100, 2 and 50, 4 and 25, 5 and 20, 10 and 10. Signs are different. Large one's positive, so the small one must be negative, and they have to equal 21. So you're going to say 10x squared minus 4x plus 25x minus 10. Cut it in half. Pull out a 2 and an x. Leaves you 5x minus 2. Plus pull out a 5, and it leaves you 5x minus 2. So the top is 5x minus 2 and 2x plus 5. On the bottom over here, you're going to find the factors of 100 again, because 25 times 4 is 100. So 1 and 100, 2 and 50, 4 and 25, 5 and 20, 10 and 10. Signs are the same, and they're all negative. And they have to equal negative 20. So it's going to be 25x squared minus 10x plus 4. Cut it in half, pull out a 5x, and it leaves you 5x minus 2. Minus, pull out a 2, leaves you 5x minus 2. So you have 5x minus 2 and 5x minus 2 on this one. 5x minus 2 can cancel, so your answer ends up being 2x plus 5 over 5x minus 2. Okay, a lot of work for that one. That was simplifying rationals. If you have any questions, any problems, come see me during speed.